Alright, welcome back to the SuperCoach Nuff channel. In this video, we're going to look at the Bulldog Project after round 24 and after, I guess, another disappointing game against Newcastle Knights. Good for us in terms of SuperCoach with 1,235, but had a quite a nice weekend. It kicked off on I guess Saturday morning, like most weekends. Got a good workout in, had a great day on the bowls green. Got home, watched the Tillies win on Saturday night, which was amazing. Sunday got up, nice and energized, got a bit of work done around the house, tidied the gym room. The wardrobe needed a bit of attention, got rid of some old clobber, and I thought I'll settle down and watch some footy. A little bit flat watching the Storm Raiders game because in my main head-to-head league, my opponent had a Cam Munster, which, when the Storm are running all over a team, he can do anything. But I thought, well, Greg Marzu was the guy I wanted. I'll cop if he scores a try or two against the Dogs if it gets me the win. But then the Dogs game started, and clearly the Marzu wasn't going to get much action because they just walked straight through the front door, the Knights. Yeah, I was a bit frustrated at the time. Last night, I was like, I don't think I even want to record a video. Could say something I regret, put on the internet. But I guess in upon reflection a bit this morning, waiting for the Supercoach unlock, it sort of reminds me of the Broncos a few years ago, where they sort of, were blooding a lot of their players like Payne Haas, Paddy Carrigan, and teams were just rolling them through the middle. And Anthony Seibold, who was coaching at the time, just was basically saying they were learning on the job, and I guess that's a bit of what's happening with our squad. Um, in saying that, most of the experienced guys are back, with like probably Luke Thompson being the last big piece. But it was clear that him and Kicks were a bit out of fitness when they haven't played most of the season, or in Luke's case at all. And that was obvious when they ran the first two tries straight between them. And then it's sort of the rot set in from there. So I guess that's the sort of way it's looking up, but it has been a while now. I guess we're looking at Newcastle. It was a while, a few years ago where they were looking like this, year on year, just sort of struggling to scrape a win. Well, not that we're doing that bad. We've won a few games this year and the back end of last year. Compared to 2020, 2021, we're doing all right. But it's just a long road back. So I think for all the Dogs fans out there, keep the faith. We've got some good signings coming in next year. If we can get a full pre-season and really sort the defence out in the middle, I think that's got to be the main focus. And then we can expect hopefully a more positive year with injuries and that sort of thing as well. And then we'll be all right. But let's have a look at the SuperCoach team now that I've had my little rant, my little say. And we've got Harry Grant with 110. So, he only played 60 minutes and scored at almost 2 points per minute. So, number one, set and forget hooker in the game. Reid Marnie, so got our only try yesterday and, did his usual work in the middle. It definitely wasn't his fault for the tries that were coming through the middle. So 82, happy to have him in the squad. Big Tino with 105 back from suspension, so great. I'm very glad we held that trade. Payne Haas, 64, that's solid enough, but he's on the bye this week, so we might actually just swap him and Cotter. Big day for Fafita with the 68. He very rarely disappoints for us. Nicola with the 70. That's pretty decent on his average. After that, it's a bit flat. Liam Martin with the 37. Jermaine Hopgood with 41. Preston with the 39 and probably out for the season. After that hip drop tackle looked pretty ugly. Dan Russell with the 42. So, not much there in the back end of the second row. The halves, a bit of a flat week considering how well they've been going. Hines with the 55, SJ with the 73, and Kalen with 77. Birdo with 30, but again, the Bulldogs didn't have any attack. Ponga probably didn't need to do too much, to be honest, because the forwards just ran straight through the middle. Joey Manu with the 72 was solid. Ruben Garrick with 80 it was nice to see. Jacob Kiraz, doing his usual thing with the 43. And Avarillo, just didn't have any opportunity to attack. So 19 is probably what you can expect on those weeks. Valtafari on our bench with a 27. Reece Walsh, I guess, saved our week with 123. So a massive effort from him. He is on the bye this week, which isn't ideal, but I guess, it's only for this week. And we do have CNK hopefully coming back from concussion. So a bit of a like-for-like replacement there. But we do have one trade left. Whether we use it this week or not, I'm not sure. Because if we look at some of the players, like, Avarillo's done the job for us. He made a couple of 100K since moving to fullback. Yeah, like Preston, like I said, might be missing for the rest of the year. So actually, let's see. I've got a sneaky feeling we might not be able to do it. But if we trade Presto out, we'll slide back. Oh, we can. How good. Get Adam Fanua Blake in for the last couple of rounds. I haven't picked him up in other leagues, so good opportunity. It seems a bit weird having the three big front rows, but I can always swing big Tino back if need be. Yes, probably next week Tino will be in the second row slot. So we can't play Martin, obviously. Put Cotter on the bench. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, we'll use that last trade and get it out of the way. Why not? And then in terms of captain, vice captain, the Sharks against the Cowboys, that could be a bit of a battle. So I'm more inclined to go SJ against the Seagulls. And, Knights against South might be an absolute belter. So I'm pretty happy to keep it on Kalen Ponga and see how we go with that. Yeah, the other option, it could be Harry Grant actually against the Dragons. And I reckon we might actually do it just for something different. See how we go. There we go. So that's how the team sits and how it's going to sit for the rest of the year. I mean, looking forward, we don't really have any South players next week, just Munro. Round 27, I think we've only got Hopgood. So, yeah, they're probably worse off for the buys this week. But the last couple, we've got more than enough to do something. So we'll leave it at that. And yeah, as always, if you've got any thoughts or questions, feel free to throw them in the comment section underneath this video. If you enjoy the content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And other than that, I'll catch you in the next one.